Hi guys, welcome to another video. I have gone and done it again. I say that I am learning from my mistakes, yet I go and make another mistake, and a very, very costly one. Can I get out of it? What am I going to do? Let's get going. Wait for later guys, because once I have told you about the absolutely ridiculous mistake that I have made, a very, very expensive mistake, I'm then going to do my Q&A because I did put some questions out there, so that is coming later. So let's get on with the video. I have bought a luxury bag that I should never have bought. I should have known better. I should have listened to my gut. I tell you guys all the time, listen to your gut. And I go ahead and I buy a really expensive bag and I get it so wrong. Which bag am I talking about? Well, if you have seen the thumbnail, you will know it is this one. I've alluded to this in a couple of videos. This is the Speedy 30 from the Murakami collection, and it is one of the most beautiful bags. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. This is the Speedy 30 in obviously the black multicolour. What on earth is wrong with me? What on earth is wrong with me? Why have I made the biggest mistake? Well, I don't love it. I don't love it, and I really thought I would. So part of me gives myself a little bit of a, yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up too much on it because I did think that I would love it. However, if I'd have listened to my gut, I would have known. I would have known. Oh, why did I buy it? Let's go through why I bought it. So I bought it purely and simply because I had a little bit of FOMO and I did not want to not get something from the Murakami collection. This collection has been literally on my mind for about 20 years. Back in the day when the original Murakami collection came out, I could not afford any of these bags. I think I had maybe the backpack and maybe the Alma back in the day, but I could not afford a bag from Murakami. So I missed out, and I have seen the vintage ones. I've seen all the pictures, and over all those years I always wished that I could have had one. So when I heard that there was a new collaboration coming out, I was all over it, and I was absolutely adamant I had to have something. And what do I say to everybody when I'm giving advice? Do not jump on a trend. Do not buy something just because you can, just because it is a collaboration, just because you think it's going to be sold out. Buy what you love. Now, I knew that I loved the black multicolour. Wasn't as keen on the white, quite like some of the SLGs, but bags, no, I'm not really a white bag lover. I love dark colours. So I knew that black was going to be on my radar, and I could not, and it is beautiful. Honestly, I feel terrible even saying it, but the black is beautiful, and I wanted a black bag, and I could not wait to see what was coming out. And when the lookbook came out, I'm not going to say I was disappointed, because I wasn't. I was so pleased that there was a Speedy there, because I'm loving the Speedy. I am absolutely loving the Speedy. I wish there was a size 25, but there wasn't, and I thought it's okay. I know that I like the 30 because I have the graffiti vintage version that I got from New York last year from Fashion File. So I was very confident. However, I should have known that this is not like the graffiti. It has metalwork on the corners. It has a leather interior, if you like, but because it has metalwork on the corners, it was always going to be more structured, more boxy. Yet I just didn't even worry about that. It also doesn't come with a long shoulder strap, which really annoyed me. But again, I thought I've got a plan, it's fine, it's all fine. I have a strap from another bag I can use, great. I didn't mind it was silver hardware. I quite like the silver hardware with the black. So I was sort of all good. But it wouldn't have been my perfect choice of bag. If I could have designed which bags or chosen which Louis Vuitton bags were going to be part of this collaboration, this wouldn't be the one that I would have chosen. And that tells you its own story, doesn't it? If there'd have been, I don't even know, I haven't really thought about this, but it wouldn't have been a Speedy 30 in a boxy shape. It just wouldn't. So when I saw the lookbook and I saw the options, there were only really two options for me, the Speedy 30 and also the On The Go East West. But I knew I wasn't going to buy that one, but I sort of thought it could be quite a cute, cool bag. But I really knew that really one wasn't going to be for me. So straight away I was for the Speedy, but it wasn't my dream bag. So that's why I shouldn't have bought one. Anyway, so that is why I did buy one. I wanted something from the collection. I wanted something from the black multicolour. I love the Speedy. And I got caught up in the moment and I wanted it. And I got it. And I am very, very fortunate because so many people out there couldn't get them. And that's why I feel really bad because, anyway, I did manage to get one. The other thing that did cross my mind, and this is where I am really annoyed with myself, and we'll talk about that in a second, but it did cross my mind that this is so sought after that if it didn't work out for me, then I could probably resell it and get my money back. So it was in the back of my mind that I could buy it because I could always sell it. And that is where I got so annoyed with myself because that is not what I do. I don't do that. I buy bags because I love them. I'm thinking about them. I've researched them. I know I'm going to just enjoy using them. And I don't buy bags in order to sell. So, and yes, I have sold some bags, but only if they haven't worked for me and I have thought it through and all of the rest of it. I don't want to get into the situation where I'm buying something, selling it, buying something, selling it. I've sort of done that a little bit in the last few months, and I want to get away from that because that isn't how I've always bought bags. So that has made me really annoyed with myself that crept into my decision. I should have bought a bag because I loved it. I should have done, and I didn't, and I knew that it was going to be too boxy. I feared, shall we say, it was going to be too boxy, and yeah, it is. It's just too boxy. And even though I've got a different strap from the side trunk that I can put on it to make it crossbody, it's so big and boxy that it doesn't look right crossbody. It just doesn't. So it's not as slouchy and as, I think in my head I had tried on the Speedy Soft in the soft on pront leather in the black in New York, and in my head I wanted it to be like that, but obviously with the black multicolour, and I knew that it wasn't. So I just made a mistake. I made a mistake and I went ahead and spent the money because I didn't want to miss out. And that is not the reason to do this. It really isn't, because now I've taken that bag from somebody that could have had it next on the list, for example. I've spent the money. I now have to decide what to do. Do I sell it? Do I keep it? Do I just try and make it work for me? What do? I'm in a predicament. The other reason why this bag hasn't worked for me is my Speedy P9. I have talked about the Speedy P9 so much. I've been using it non-stop, and I mean it, absolutely non-stop. And I think it is not fair to compare the two. It just isn't. Let me just grab it. Okay, here they are side by side. It is not fair to compare these two because the Speedy P9 it's double. Is it double? Pretty much double, or slightly more than double the price of the other one. So it is not fair to compare them. But the problem is when you get something like this, and it is so beautiful, honestly, and it has that gorgeous slouch that I like. And when you have a bag like this, and you like that element of it, then you're always going to compare back to that bag. And yes, it's not fair to compare them, but I do, because they're both Speedies. And I just, yeah, I'm just annoyed. I'm just annoyed with myself. I'm really annoyed with myself. But anyway, there we have it. I have made a really big mistake. Now, there's a couple of saving graces with it. Is one, it is still sold out everywhere. It is you just cannot get hold of them. I've looked on the resale market. They are going for ridiculous amounts of money, but they're sat there because people have put stupid prices on them. So I don't think that I could sell it for an absolute fortune, but I'm hoping I could get my money back on it. I should be able to. So do I just go ahead and sell it, or do I just keep it and just persevere? I would love your view on this, and I am going to make some changes going forward because I know where I went wrong with this one, and I want to get away from the buying and the selling. And that's what annoys me, is that I'm now thinking of selling it in order to get out of it, in order to not make the mistake again. So I am selling in order to just get into the mindset of not selling. So I would love a little bit of advice from you guys. Is it a mistake? Am I just in the moment with the Speedy P9, and when the novelty of this one calms down, that I might actually start loving the other one? I don't think so. Every time I've gone to pick it up to use it, I haven't, because I've thought, oh, it's a bit boxy. I don't quite know. It feels boxy on the crook of my arm. I don't like it as it suits the shorter shoulder strap. So let me just show you. It comes with this shoulder strap, and it is better with that on your shoulder, but I just don't like carrying bags like that. I just don't. So anyway, there we have it. I have made a stupid mistake for somebody who, yeah, seemingly shouldn't be making these mistakes anyway. I'm going to now go on to my Q&A, because I did ask you guys for some questions and I thought I'd encompass it into this video. So I'm going to just run through some of the questions that you guys have asked me, because I did put it out there on Instagram and on YouTube. And thank you so much, guys. There were so many questions. It was really, really kind. And yeah, just while I'm talking about YouTube and all the rest of it, if you haven't subscribed and you would like to, please do. I never ever ask this, or very rarely ask this. And yeah, I want to build my community, so please go and subscribe. So let's get on with some of these questions, and I'm not going to read out who they are from because I haven't asked permission of that. So I'm just going to go through some of them. There's some duplicates, so I'll try and make it as easy as possible. So the first one is, hi Deb, I'm wondering what is the story behind the drawing that's behind you on your video. So if you can't tell, have a look up there. That is George, George Michael. He is my absolute hero, and without gushing too much and without, getting too emotional, George has always meant a lot to me, and it reminds me of childhood and sad times and happy times, and yeah, he just meant a lot to me. And when he passed away, it was very, very sad, and my two gorgeous daughters, who actually love him as well, they didn't really have a choice, but they love him as well, they commissioned this drawing for me from a local artist. So they found an image, and she drew it for them, and obviously got it framed, and it means the world to me, the absolute world. So I like him being in my closet with me. It's quite funny really. He's in my closet, and yeah, I like him in my videos. So yeah, a few people think it's David Beckham for some reason. I don't know, it's George. We love George, don't we? And if you don't love George, I don't think we can be friends. That's all I'm saying. Okay, this is from Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle, and I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning her. So thanks, Lisa, for the question. Do you miss your previous career? Well, this is really bad, but no, I don't. I was in my career for 30 years, literally 30 years. And for those of you guys who don't know, I was an accountant. I still am an accountant. I just don't work in that field anymore. And yeah, I don't miss it. And I think, without going into masses of detail, I think it was just time. I think it was just time where I wasn't enjoying it anymore. I wanted to do something different, and yeah, I think I served my time, if you know what I mean. So unfortunately, even though it was a massive, massive part of my life, I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Oh, one of my gorgeous subbies has asked, are you getting the navy P9? So for those of you guys that don't know, obviously this is the Pharrell Williams, the P9 Speedy, and this has come out in various drops now. Are we on the 3rd drop now, I think? Various colours. And on the runway, which has just gone, maybe a month ago or something, it is the men's spring summer, is it, or the autumn winter? I don't know. Anyway, must be the autumn winter. It's the collection that's coming out at the end of summer. There is a navy P9 coming, and I understand that it's coming out in a 25, a 30, and was it a 40? I think so. So I would be interested in the 25. I am absolutely sure that the 25 is a fantastic size bag. I'm loving that one. So am I going to buy it? The answer is I would love to buy it, but it is extortionately expensive, and I already have one, and if I can afford to do it, I may be, but I don't want it to compete with this one either, because it would be very similar. So the answer is maybe. One of my absolutely gorgeous subbies, again, you know who you are, has asked, what am I feeling now about the Margot bag from the Row? I was talking about the Row, the Margot bag, in so many videos a while ago. I was obsessed with it. And should I get one? Shouldn't I get one? Oh, what should I do? What should I do? And I have ended up, I haven't bought one. It still is sort of in my mind, but I think I'm here with it. I like the bigger size ones because they are slouchy, and I don't know, the look of them is just amazing, and the feel of them, the quality, everything I love. They're very lightweight. There's nothing I don't like about them. The reason I think I haven't bought one is I don't go to the office anymore. I don't travel that much where I need to carry a lot of things. So like a Speedy 25 is probably big enough for all the things I need to carry. Sometimes if I want to carry my GM agenda with me, I might take one of the bigger bags, maybe a Neverfull, or I don't know. I do have bags that will serve that purpose. So I just don't know when I'd use it. It's a bit like the Birkin 35, which is up there. That is a fantastic, beautiful, beautiful bag. I don't use it hardly ever because it is big, it's heavy, and the Row bag isn't heavy. But yeah, I don't know. If I was working, or if I was going to lots of different meetings and appointments, and if I was out and about more, I probably would get one. I just can't see when I'd use it. Next question is, please share some fitness motivation for some of us who have sadly lost it. Well, I could do a whole video on fitness and my fitness journey and what I do. I train, I weight train, I strength train, I do a lot of gym work, and I do probably 4 sessions a week, and I absolutely love it. I'm a little bit obsessed with it. I'm currently learning how to do Olympic weightlifting on top of all the other stuff, and I absolutely love it. And if you ask me how to find motivation to do fitness or to do anything, I always think of it like this, and I will leave this little thought with you. Motivation is an emotion. So when you're chasing an emotion, it's very, very hard to do that because you're chasing it's not a tangible thing. It's like somebody telling you to be happy or be this or be that. It's hard to just do that and turn your emotion. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. So instead of saying, oh, I'm not feeling it, I'm just not going to go, I'm going to go with how I feel, what I would say is, if it is something that you would like to do, like fitness, and you're feeling it's just hard for you to get yourself there, or you just don't know where to start with it, or anything like that, I would say don't chase an emotion like motivation. I think you've just got to start. Just make a start. Start with action, not with trying to find some motivation or trying to find some momentum. Don't try and find those things that come later. Focus on what you can do right now. So you can go for a walk. Anybody can probably go for a walk. You know, it doesn't have to cost money either. If you can go to a gym and enjoy going to the gym, and that is the fitness you would like to do, then just turn up, just keep going, and just day by day be consistent week by week, and before you know it, the motivation follows you and the momentum starts, because you then start seeing a few results, so you start to feel a bit better about yourself. So I would say don't chase motivation without action, if that makes sense. The other thing I would say is find the thing you love. You don't have to go to the gym. It's not for everybody. It is surprising how much you can do at the gym, when actually for other people they will always hate it. Some people like me thought I would hate it, but now I know what I can do in the gym. I actually love it. I know I don't have to just go on a treadmill or a bike. There's so many other things to do. So I think it's find the discipline that you like. If it's going to play paddle or tennis, if it's going for walks, if it's going running, it doesn't even matter what the activity is. Just find something that helps you move your body. Anyway, I'll stop waffling about that. Okay, one of my gorgeous subbies has also asked, what bags would you have if you could only have 10? They don't have to be in your collection. Well, that is a video all on its own, so I'm going to park that one and I'll do a video about that one. You are awesome, by the way. What's your favourite crossbody any weather bag? That's really kind, thank you so much. I think my favourite all-weather crossbody bag is probably this one. This is the vintage bag that I bought in New York. I got this from Fashion File, and it is the Infra Rouge, the Petite Mal in the supple, so you can see it's very squidgy. You can fit so much in this bag, and it's just easy and wearable, and it's already battered. I don't have to worry about the vachetta. It's already, yeah, it's just a great bag. So this is great if it is a little bit rainy. And James, my essay from Louis Vuitton in London, has asked, when is your next London trip? Well, yes, it's soon. It is soon. However, I will come and see you, I promise. Just say hello. But I am not bringing my credit card with me, because this is a trip for me and my daughter, and we are spending a little bit of time, just me and her, and it'll be amazing. We're going to the theatre, we're going to do some museums and a couple of art galleries. We're going to be proper tourists, and we're going to really enjoy it. I will try and get a little bit of footage while I'm down there, because there's certain bags that I would like to just go and have a look at. But I'm on a big pause, James, because yes, you know how much I've just spent. So I'm on a pause. So much as I would love to come and buy something, I will be coming to London and I will come and say hello. Another question, do you ever make impulsive purchases? And if so, do you regret them afterwards? For me, every bag I've bought impulsively has been a mistake. I did a video a long time ago where I talked about how impulse purchases can work, but only if you listen to your gut. And yeah, I think I might be eating my words a little bit, because I think the biggest impulse purchase that I've ever made was the Chanel 19 in denim in Paris, and that was a trip where I met my gorgeous friend Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet, and I was obsessed. As soon as I saw that bag, I could not let go of it. And so for a long time I said it was one of the best impulse purchases that I'd ever made. However, it isn't here, so I did sell it. I did, and I don't think it was a mistake. I think I just moved on from it, and I think that I probably should have bought a black goatskin one or lambskin one, probably goatskin. And I think if I'd have bought well, let's say a dark colour in a leather, if I hadn't have bought a fabric one, a denim one, and I'd have bought a dark leather one, I think I'd have still had it now. So it sort of wasn't a mistake, but it sort of was. So yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind, but I'm sure there are other impulsive things that I have done. Although I do try my best, I do, to think things through. Sometimes I get it wrong. Somebody's asked me, what bag do you use to go to the gym? Well, sorry to say, I use either a bum bag from, I think it's from Sweaty Betty. I've got two. I alternate between them. I've got a Sweaty Betty one and a Lululemon one. And then I have a very old, like rucksack type, like a pump bag that I just, like a drawstring pull bag. And I just use that because, the gym, things get thrown on the floor. It's not where I go. It's a beautiful gym. It's beautifully done out, but it is not a members gym where you go in and the changing rooms and lockers. It's not like that. You go in to work with a PT, so the equipment and everything is amazing, but there's no lockers. There's nowhere to put your things because there's only you in there, so things get thrown on the floor because that's what I tend to do. So yeah, sadly, I don't use a bougie bag for the gym. When I used to go to a gym that did have changing rooms and lockers and things, I'd always just use the Neverfull because it's just brilliant. So if I'm doing a spa day or anything like that, I still will use the Neverfull. If you won the lottery, what purchases would you make? I think, again, this is an idea for a full video because there are so many things. So many things, so I'm going to park that one as well. Somebody has asked me about George again and just asking whether I got to see him live. Yes, I did. I managed to see him twice, and yeah, the first time I saw him live I cried, and my husband was, oh my goodness, what is wrong with you? I was so emotional because yeah, I'll leave it there. Lena from Chic and Stylish by Lena, I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning her. She has asked your least favourite luxury brand and your unicorn bag. So let's do the unicorn bag. I think I've been extremely lucky. I've got a few unicorn bags. So these were the bags that I honestly thought I would never get my hands on. I've got quite a few like that. The sequin Chanel mini, which is over there somewhere. So yeah, it's ever changing is my unicorn bag. I suppose if I could buy any bag at any price of anything, which again is sort of like the lottery type question, if my unicorn bag would probably be something like a Rose Devant in one of the exotics, possibly Croc. I'll never buy one in Croc, but yeah, if I could choose anything, then maybe that would be it. My least favourite luxury brand. My least favourite. I don't really understand Versace or Dolce & Gabbana. I have to say Balenciaga. I would never buy from those three, so shall I say those three? What is my favourite outfit head to toe? Favourite place to wear your luxe items? I have a thing. I like accessories. I don't feel great, and I could do a whole video on this. I don't feel great in my own skin, and therefore that's why I'm more shy about doing mod shots. But so I'm not the sort of person that loves putting outfits together. I find things that I feel sort of comfortable in, and that's as good as it gets for me. So I go to my staple, I suppose that outfit that I feel is a little bit of a fail-safe, that I feel comfortable and secure in. I feel comfortable in the way of comfortable in it, that I can breathe, I can move and everything else, but just comfortable that I don't feel I look silly or big or all these things that go through our head. So my staple would be jeans or leather trousers, some sort of really nice silk blouse, pussy bow blouse, or I don't know, just some sort of nice blouse, and a blazer, some heels and a gorgeous bag. That's me done. That is me done. I think that is my favourite. My favourite item of clothing that I have is my Louis Vuitton coat that my husband surprised me with. I love that coat so much. I just, yeah, very, very, very lucky. Do my daughters show any interest in my handbags? Yes and no. My youngest daughter, no. She'll borrow an odd one, but it's more what can she borrow that is very inconspicuous if she just wants to borrow something. My eldest daughter, yes, but she is not living nearby at the minute, and so she can't pinch anything else at the minute. So I'm sure when she's back she will be having a proper route around, but yeah, I'm safe just for now. Are there any celebrities or movies that have inspired a handbag purchase, even if it wasn't the exact same bag? You've talked about some of your friends who have inspired purchases. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Celebrities. I don't watch a lot of, you know, back in the day when we'd see magazines and we'd be flicking through and you'd see, you know, images. Don't do that so much anymore, do we? I don't remember even last time I looked through an actual magazine. Social media, yes, I do I don't really follow a lot of celebrities anymore. I remember Victoria Beckham carrying a Birkin, and it was a croc Birkin, and it was, I think it was a Birkin, I'm sure it was, and it was like a shiny burgundy croc. I'll try and find an image, but oh my goodness, I was, oh, if ever I could ever have a Birkin. So that did inspire me to think that looked amazing, absolutely amazing. If you decided to only wear bags from one luxury house, which would it be? It'd have to be Louis Vuitton, wouldn't it? It would just have to be Louis Vuitton because I just love it so much. I love Hermes. I've gone in and out of love a little bit with Hermes, not with the bags. I've always loved the bags, but with the brand. But I think Louis Vuitton, because they just sell, there's always something I love, always something. And I think they cover all bases of everything. And I can get my hands on them where I can't with Hermes, so it'd have to be Louis Vuitton. And this is the last question, be pleased to know. When it comes to marketing and business practices, some of these luxury fashion houses come across as greedy, unethical, immoral. Do you sometimes hesitate to invest in some of these brands? Okay, this is a very, again, this could be a whole video. The answer is yes, but I also am very, very aware that there are practices that none of us know about across all brands, whether it be luxury or not. And I think unless we are fully aware of absolutely everything that we put our money to, then we can't be too judgmental on other people and their choices. Once you're made aware of something, you can make a decision based on it. There are so many practices and brands, be it huge corporations or small independents, that have amazing HR departments. You know, they look after their staff. They have really good reputations. They're also ones that have horrendous reputations, and they can be, again, small independents. I have been in the accounting world, as I say, for 30 years, and I've seen it all. I have seen it all. So what I would say is that don't be so quick to judge somebody who makes a decision, because you could go to a local somewhere, buy something, and, you know, in effect you're investing in a company that has really bad practices, but you just don't know. So none of us buy anything from anywhere. So my view on it is you can only make your decisions based on what you know about the brand or about the thing that you want to buy. And if something comes to light, then you can make a decision based on that. Yeah, I hope I've sort of answered that. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you so much to everyone that submitted a question. I hope I've got through most of them. Any other things, anything you want me to clarify, just let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.